I put the effort in to win, for my daughter to win, for the people I care about to win, just to show a positive role model to the people I'm around too. So, like we always say, anyone can do this business. That's true, and it's not true. It's true for the people who want to do the business. Not everybody wants to do this business. They say they do, but they don't want to do it.
Or they want the results without putting in the work.
That's exactly like, oh, I want to write 20,000 in a month. Okay, bro, you spent $400 on leads. How are you gonna write?
Or you want to write 20,000 in a month, but you invest like you're working for like one day.
Exactly.
Or you put in like minimal effort. Like it's not realistic. It's not gonna happen.
It's not.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Elite Sales Podcast. I have my co-host for today. I have JP or Jean-Pierre Badon.
Whichever's easiest for you guys.
Would you prefer JP?
It doesn't matter. JP. I mean, Jean-Pierre is really official,
Okay. And then we have our special guest today. We have a brand new agent, Devin Nelson. And we also we'll talk to the guy that brought him in, Dejan Holt. So gentlemen, you guys on?
Devin can't wait to get on right now.
Yeah. I think Dejan's in the waiting room.
Is he in the waiting room?
No, he's on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dejan should be.
All right.
I see Dejan's name.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Can hear it and see you now.
Awesome.
So
What's good, Dejan?
yeah, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Good seeing you. So first of all, before we get to Devin, because Devin wrote business for the first time and made his first sale, and yeah, he already showed me his commission statement, which is exciting. But Dejan, let's start back with how you hired Devin and when this all went down.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was just through Instagram, actually. I just hit him up on Instagram. I forgot what agency he was with at the time, and I just hit him up and just was like, "Hey, bro, over here's better." And we got to talking, and the rest is history. It's been a little bit of time though. How long we been knowing each other now, Devin? Like,
Bro, this is back in this. What's funny is this is back in 2018. Is it is either 18? No, it was 18. And I was with a practice company. I don't want to say who, but
The same place
we
I
all
came.
know who. I'm sure we all know who.
Yep.
But I just had a bitter taste in my mouth with the industry. So when Dejan hit me up, and he's talking about these crazy numbers, 100% comp and stuff, I was just like, all right, this is a scam. but I've been following Dejan and Albert and Brittany Smart actually for the past couple of years. So I've watched their success along the way, and I was just like, you know what, like let's do this thing. So,
Yes, I mean, so you thought it was a scam? What made you think it was a scam?
because I was at a 40% comp, and everybody's talking about 100% comp, posting their commissions. And I'm like, what the heck? Our biggest, commission of the month was like 20 something thousand, you know what I mean? That was like big in that company, you know what I mean? And people were posting 20 something thousand in a week, so I was like, all right, this is a scam. That's what I thought though. And that's really what I thought, just because of what I went through, sales manager still in sales. It was terrible. I had a bitter taste in my mouth. My heat got shut off. It was terrible.
And how long were you with the practice company for?
I was with them for about 3 months. I was literally there for only like 3 months. But in that time frame, I brought on like 19 people into that company, I didn't do too well with the selling part, but when I did, it just seemed like it was always some mess, so that's kind of why I had a real bad taste in my mouth. But I always believed in the industry, just to kind of tell you guys like a little bit about my backstory. My oldest daughter, she's 8 years old. Her mom actually died, and this is a few years ago before I got into the insurance, and I didn't have nothing. I had $100 to my name to literally pay for her funeral, And so this is why I'm so passionate. Like Albert knows, I've been on the phone with him like almost every single day. And I'm just very passionate about this. Like this stuff is real, everybody needs insurance, and our job is very basic and simple. We get the leads, we call them, we go out and sit down with them. They ask for us to come out there. You know what I mean? So, which makes it even a lot easier too, Albert. Like I was saying yesterday, it's no bait and switch. There's no bait and switch here. I asked the guy, I said, you remember filling this out, right? He's like, yeah, I do. This is about the life insurance. So.
You guys didn't work off of leads, right? Your practice company?
We had, so it's very funny, man. It's a whole bait and switch. They got child safety kit leads. They have, we worked with a lot of the union members. So I was actually in the union, and we get this card in the mail, but we think that it's from our actual, company, like the union, being from the union, and it's actually no death and dismemberment benefit, and we send it back, and it's actually coming from it's a bait and switch. It's all it is. I said the name. I apologize.
It's all good, man.
We'll get this notes, Yoel. We'll get this
Yoel's great at editing, bro. You're good.
I'm cringing. You just made it work for me, but it's all good.
all good. But yeah. So they generate these leads under different pretenses, or not, or I wouldn't say. So for me, I was at the same company. So the thing is, it's not that it was. It had some benefit to it, because obviously it's any extra protection is good. So if someone passes away, but ultimately there's other things involved, and it wasn't as direct as what we do now, right?
No, not even close. So I'm just excited. I really am. I'm super excited. Just everybody that's in the chat is very upbeat, very business oriented. Have fun. At the other company, it just really wasn't like that. It was more of a party. Let's all get wasted type atmosphere. And here I see that, shoot, 5-10 years from now, I mean, we're going to be building legacies, so I'm super inspired. I'm super excited.
That's strong.
Well, before we get into the rest, I mean, Dejan, why don't you tell us, how long it took Dev to get started with us, and everything that went behind getting him to this point, or himself getting himself to this point, because ultimately we're still responsible for it.
That's a story inside of a story, so I'm not gonna go into a full story. But Devin, man, he's been through a lot. I'm proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a little bit of a journey, dealing with vectors and different things like that, and getting them squared away. But I'm proud of him. He actually did all this on his own.
Absolutely.
Got his own leads, practiced his script, went out, said with the client. So I'm very proud of you, Devin, man. You're killing it, bro. Seriously, man. Seriously.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Well, I wanted to bring that up too, because obviously you've dealt with some things, Devin, and you along the way before you actually got started. We started talking back in 2018, I think. And so
I think it was 19 actually.
Well, we've known you. I feel like I've known Devin for a long time. We've been talking, and then then he was working full time still, and he was supposed to get started, but then he didn't get started, and he was supposed to get started again, didn't get started, and so I mean, it was a lot of a lot of up and downs before he finally got going recently. So the thing is, Dejan, you were starting to build at that time too, and then obviously it was we really liked Devin personally. We're like, yeah, this guy would be really good, because friendly guy, he's got the right mindset. But then it was a little frustrating for you because he didn't get started right away, right?
It wasn't frustrating, but you want to use your time wisely.
Not him particularly, but just because you had just started building around that time, and I think you develop these real expectations, like expecting people to go out there and everyone's going to make it right away.
Yeah, that's what I was about to kind of bring up. It's like sometimes you want it more, but somebody's at a different place in their life. I've been doing a lot of personal development over the last few months, and I just understand everybody's in a different spot, and everybody's goals aren't what your goals are. but it was a little frustrating because I like Devin a little more than the average, person you go out and recruit. I seen it like a brother inside of him. So when he said he was back and he was like, he posted a sale and I was like, wait, what? Like, like that gets you excited because like you gotta want it. You tell me this even for myself, me and you, Albert, like you gotta want it for yourself first. You gotta take care of number one. So I'm just excited, man, that he's back. But it's been a journey with Devin, man, over the last 2-3 years and coaching and training because it was a lot. It was a lot. I don't want to go too deep into it, but it was a lot getting them fired up and ready to really get in. Because I think Devin, you was doing some Forex stuff too, right? So you kind of was trying to figure out where you wanted to really plant your feet, I think. So, that was kind of like the bumping of the heads for the both of us, but he's a champion. He knows how to build. So I'm excited to see what the next 12 months is going to be.
Yeah, I really wish if I could have told myself a year ago, man, about how easy this really was and simple, this is what I would have done. I would have built my organization then. I did do that Forex. I did that for like 8 months whenever we got laid off due to that pandemic. And I built an organization of over 350 people on my team. And I actually walked away from $5,000 a month residual because very personal, but I was in the process of losing my wife. So I had a choice to either, stay with my family or become a millionaire and lose my family. So I chose my family all day, and I'll choose my family over anything.
Yeah, that's the right move.
Let me ask you this real quick. Can I ask a quick question? So Devin, as a new agent, like, because going from like the bait and switch to like the FFL platform, like how for new agents out there, how difficult was it for you to actually like get leads and like work the leads, like to just fully say, okay, I'm about to buy these leads and just really work the leads? Because that was hard for me at first, to be honest with you. Like, oh, I'm about to spend $1,000 on leads, like, you know what I mean? But now it's like it is nothing now, but at the time it was hard. So how was that for you?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I always believe in ROI. I'm a big investments guy. I got, I've lost a lot of money. I've made a lot of money in a lot of investments. So I definitely believe in investing in yourself. But coming from, not having to purchase leads to having to purchase leads, it is a bit of a little bit of a roadblock in my head that I had to deal with. But like I said, I still have the mindset of ROI at the end of the day. So that answers that question.
Gotcha. Cool. Better than me.
Well, everyone has their ups and downs. I mean, you've experienced that too, Dejan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But Devin, when you made your sale yesterday, how did the process go? Was it complicated? Was it a long drawn out process? How was the presentation?
Also, where are you located?
I'm in Pittsburgh. Yeah. But and there's massive leads up here. So
Tons of leads.
stay on down where you at. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I was fired up, man. Albert, I blew Albert's phone up in the house. Yeah, I really did, man. So if there's anybody that's new on the call, don't be scared. Seriously, just go and see it's very simple. I literally just went right into it, right in, asked, where's the table at? Found the table. I was like, all right, can we sit here? That way we can kind of be in more of a business atmosphere. He's like, yeah, it's fine. He cleared off the table, and just went right to work. And then I called out. I was like, Albert, said he got this much money that he wants to use a month. What can I go with? You know what I mean? And boom. Then I had a couple of difficulties going through the app a little bit, but it's very simple, so I'm excited. I'm fired up, man. I just my first goal, honestly, for this week coming in, because I actually have money invested into this, guys. Like I invested into an office space downtown, so like I believe in this. Like I truly believe in this business.
That's what I was gonna say. Sorry to cut you off, but like going back to your post, I think it shows commitment when you publicly show what you're doing and show the sale that you got. It shows that you're looking at the long term, and also it shows confidence in your ability to be successful over time. I think that's what shocked me about the post that you made on social media, as I was like, okay, this guy not only was like, okay, cool, I made a sale, but he believes in the business and sees the long term game and the short term game.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate it.
Strong.
Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm fired up. So next week, I got a big commit to myself. So
10K. You better hit that 10K 1 week. Let's do it.
that wasn't my commit, but
Oh, come on, bro. You
but
got
we
it.
can up it. We
Hey,
can
you
definitely
got.
up
Hey,
it.
you got it.
We can definitely up
Amjad
it.
just got started. He said he's doing 10K his first week, so you got it, bro.
That's-
You got it.
Come
That's what's up.
on, let's go.
The
That's
challenge is
exciting.
out there.
All right. I hit 10K. You're gonna give me $100?
Well, hey, so Devin, if you write 10K, you don't need anyone's $100.
Exactly.
I know.
You can give other people $100.
But yeah, I got you. I'm in for that. If
Hey,
don't
hey, you know,
get paid-
Albert knows I don't really sell too much life. Everybody knows I do the health. I'll compete against you and try to go for 10K next week too, if you really want to do it.
Ooh, I like that.
Friendly though, friendly.
Yeah, friendly,
but
of
you-
course.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, so let me get
Let's
this
put it
right.
out
So
there. Let's put it
it's-
out there.
It's,
Dejan,
it's
you got to shave your head if you don't hit it.
you gotta shave your head.
wait.
Wow.
No.
All right, well, let's keep it a friendly wager between the two of you. Let's see who hits 10K.
Yeah, we gotta come up with a
Shave the
with
head.
a-
I'll shave my head, bro.
Oh, okay. You said it.
If,
You
all right,
said
so
it.
If you don't do 10K,
No, if he don't hit 10K.
well,
Shave
either
it.
way,
if Devin hits 10K, I'll shave my head.
Oh,
If
okay. I like that
if
one.
Devin hits 10K, I'll shave my head.
okay.
Let's
If
do
he
that.
does, if I hit 10K, you shave your head.
Deal.
Both of you guys gonna be bald. So no.
Yeah,
Hey,
Both
yeah,
you
we
guys-
go. One of us or both of us gonna be bald. It is what it is. You up for that?
I'm
Or-
up for it, bro. I'm up for it.
All
or
right.
both of you guys get enough leads and you guys both hit 10K, and you both get to keep your beautiful hair.
There you go.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah. If we both hit 10K, we keep our hair. Hey, Albert Smart.
This is why I'm in my position. You guys are talking about your hair. I mean, well, I don't know. Like, we're joking about this, but like 10K is so doable here.
It is very doable.
Look at how many people every single week are on these leaderboards
Yeah.
that do over 10K.
Brand new people too.
Brand new people, like so many people at this recent LA sales conference.
Yeah, 20K.
brand new people out there writing 20, 40, 50, 60, $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
Dude, Albert, our number one person this week has been in the business, what, I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, she
Brand
worked
new.
3 days and did over she had over 9,000 in production. So
Over almost 10,000, 9,800, I think. And
That's
she still has other business she submitted. So
That's awesome.
That's
great job
killing
working
it.
with her. So Devin, back to your appointment, were you nervous when you went in?
I'm not really a shy guy. I love people. But I would say naturally, obviously doing something that you're not used to doing on a day-to-day basis, like that way, yeah. But not like shy. I'm very personable.
So being that it took you over a year to actually get started from the time you decided I'm in, FFL is not a scam. I can see the money. I see the opportunity. I trust Dejan. You know, you trust me. You wanted to go forward with it, and it took you over a year. Would you say you were overthinking things a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But I come from a different background. You know, I got 4 kids and a wife that I got to take care of. So, and I had that, you know what, Albert, to actually really answer that, I had that 9 to 5 mindset. You know, I was getting back to that 9 to 5 mindset, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, because I remember you and I we've talked a lot throughout the time, and like I never gave up on you because I was like I know this guy's gonna do well whenever he gets started, and then you never had a bad attitude, because if you did, I probably would have stopped talking to you, especially if you're not working, because I can't help you, I can't do anything for you, right?
Mhm.
Ultimately, it still has to come from you. But you always had a good attitude. We continue to talk. I know you talked to a few other people, and including JP. You know, so the thing is, I I was like, we just gotta get you going. Once you get going and get that ball rolling, we know you can make money.
Yep.
But then the thing that kept having you start and stop was just that. To me, it felt like you're overthinking things, and you're asking like questions that you're trying to find reasons to not start yet.
Mhm.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair to say. I would definitely agree on that. From coming from I was looking for a guaranteed, I guess you could say.
You know what's guaranteed in life?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Death
Yeah.
and taxes.
that's right.
That's pretty
Death and taxes. Yeah.
Hey, but
Well, you
speaking
can
of
hide
your
from
whole-
taxes.
Hey, but speaking of your whole family thing, Devin, when you got 4 kids and you got a wife, I feel you, but it should make you want to even go harder. You know what I mean? So
Rich dad, poor dad.
you got no choice but to win, bro. So you're in it. Let's do it. For real.
Let's get it.
cool. And then so you made one sale. So how much you showed me, you texted me your commission statement. How much are you getting paid for that one sale?
So it was a 900 AP and getting paid 742.
Okay,
Let's go.
cool. So you made over $700 in less than an hour. Actually, it was maybe about an hour.
It's probably about an hour and a half.
Well, doctors don't make that money, dude.
Yeah, but very, very simple. Honestly, I mean, yeah, the money's cool. Like I'm excited. Everybody wants to make a lot of money, but I'm more focused on protecting these families, and building a legacy and being remembered that way. So that's really what I'm really in it for.
Nice.
Awesome. Well,
That's awesome.
any advice you want to give to new agents out there that are watching, if they're taking some time to get started or they're overthinking things, like what would you tell them?
Yeah, definitely. There's no excuses. If you want this, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna get it. Buy the leads, dial them, right? And just kind of like JP was telling me when we were on the dial session the other day, like, don't even worry about the person that hung up on you or screamed at you. Just go on to the next person. Next. Like that's just and you don't want to work with somebody that's gonna be like that anyways, right? So you're gonna waste your time on that person, maybe like 20 minutes just trying to waste on that person when you can be on to the next person trying to help out that family. So
Right.
and I think it was Zig Ziglar said something like along the lines like if you help enough people like reach a goal or something like that, then it'll like pay for you or whatever. I forget exactly, but it's
Yeah, I
something
know.
like
If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything that you want.
Exactly. Yep.
that. Yes. Yeah. So and
Find
that's
a way
kinda
to
like
service the
mindset.
many.
Yeah. Just that service mindset, so.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, also one other thing. Last night you reached out to me and said you're talking about your financial situation because you're waiting for some stuff to come in and you didn't know about leads. So what happened there?
With my finances.
No, not what specifically happened with your finances, but you said you needed some help getting going and.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just, my back's against the wall, guys. Like I spent my last $500 of spending money. Like I literally spent my last five because that's how much I believe in this business. Right. And I got a little emotional, I call Albert because we're all gonna hit that. I'm just glad that it's happening right now. So I called Albert and Albert, thank you, bro. Albert set me up and, took care of me. You know what I mean? And I'm about to use them leads this dial session. And I'll forever be grateful for you, Albert. And when it's time, I'll definitely pay you back tenfold. So
You don't need to pay me back. Just keep doing your thing, keep building, and then do it for the people that you bring in.
and that's
Sure.
tenfold. I'm gonna build your business.
You build your business. We just happen to be partners.
Awesome.
All right. Well, it's great talking to you. I'm really happy I'm especially thrilled for you after having our relationship for all this time, and then now seeing some fruit start to come from it, and excited to see you continue to grow from this thing.
Me too, man. Thank you.
All right, Devin. Thanks, Dejan.
Awesome. Take care,
Appreciate
guys.
you, fellas. All right, so I'm gonna get to you now, JP.
Oh wow.
So why don't you tell everyone like how long you've been here for, and because
Okay.
most of the people on this call know, but there's other people watching or new people on.
Yeah, what's up, guys? So I've been here for about 2 years, coming up on 2 years. But I was sitting back for maybe 6 months.
Okay.
So I was introduced to the business by Brittany in January of 2019. And I
Brittany
started
Smart.
Brittany Smart.
Who's
Yeah.
a beast.
Yeah, she's a savage in the field, guys. I mean, if you learn anything about sales and you copy Brittany, do all right, So
More than all right.
exactly, exactly. But I got introduced to her, to the business by her in January 2019, and then I think I met up with you. I met up with Jack. I met Sean, and then I officially started working like October
Okay.
of 2019.
So did you immediately get off to a good start?
Heck no. There's no way. I mean, I think I probably wrote my first 5K month like 6 or 7 months into the business, if that makes it like. So you guys are writing business from the start. You're doing great. Trust me. So
What'd you come off? How much did you issue pay in the month of April?
April, let's see, around 20 something.
Close to 30,000, right?
Oh, the last month?
Yeah.
Yeah, around 30. I always do about 20 to 30 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so being that you struggled before and you got to this point, what were you doing differently?
I think now I understand the lead process, so I buy more leads, obviously, and I'm not hard headed like I was before. So a lot of people they'll watch YouTube videos and act like they're really trying to learn it, but they're not. So now I actually watch it to really learn it and then put it into play. So I think that's the biggest step that I did.
Is it-
Really.
It's not a complicated process.
No, but a lot of it's in your head too.
So you made it complicated.
Exactly. So, you just keep it simple, obviously, and then buy enough leads and it'll play its way out, but when you first start, it's kind of hard letting go of that money. And I think that's the hardest part for people when they feel like they have to spend $1,000 on leads. It's like a big deal. But, for myself and other people on the team that are producing high, I mean, $1,000, it's nothing.
Did you come in with a lot of money?
I had no money, none, like
Okay.
absolutely ton of debt. I know if you guys saw some of my postings on IG, I mean, I had like 200,000 in debt, like serious stuff. And, family first life, it's kind of saved me. So if you guys keep pushing hard and you keep growing and getting better, I mean, the sky's the limit.
So it was 200,000 or you or
Oh, I'm still paying it off, but yeah, I negotiated. I mean, I probably paid like 60, 70,000 in cash to debts in the last year and a half, 2 years.
So will FFL help you get out of that debt?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you have any doubt about that?
No doubt at all. I mean, it's just in paper. You look at my credit report from 2019, look at it now, you're like, oh, wow. Okay, good job. So, I mean, I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for Brittany, Jack, all the good people in the company, Andrew, Sean, obviously, Yoel. Love Yoel.
Of course, you know.
Yoel's a man.
But mainly Yoel.
Mainly Yoel.
Instrumental in JP's growth.
Exactly. I call him every day for help
You know what I'm saying?
in the home. So, yeah. So, like, realistically, if you guys just take a step back and just say, okay, what am I doing with my life? And if you're actually happier and you're making more money compared to what you were doing before, you're on the right path. So
I wanted to ask you, I'm really happy for your growth and just seeing where you were at when you started here,
oh yeah.
and even for a little bit while you're here, and then
Mhm.
and then you just recently started jumping up in your total production. And obviously, the leads is going to be it because leads is everything in our business. If you don't have leads, you can't sustainably run a business. Yeah, sure, you can collect some referrals. Yeah,
Mhm.
sure, you'll make a few sales here and there, but it's not really a business.
It isn't.
It's just like a hobby. It's just like a little side hustle, and you can make money here and there. But if you're serious about growing a business, you have to have leads. You have to have a consistent way of generating income, and leads is the only way.
It's the only way. And a good way to gauge your business, if you're buying about 200 leads a week, whether if it's old leads, new leads, doesn't matter, you're going to make a lot of money. So like just 200 contacts, buy 200 contacts, 200 leads, and you'll be fine.
Doesn't matter if they're new,
No.
old.
No, I mean, obviously I prefer instant, 90% of my book is all instant leads, but if there's a bunch of old mortgage on there or whatever, I'm taking it.
Right.
As long as I have 100 people to dial per dial day, it's good.
Don't you feel a lot more confident when you have a lot of leads?
I'll even do the reverse. So like, I feel terrible if I don't have leads. Like I feel nervous. I can't remember who I was talking to, but it was, I was like, man, if I don't have new leads in my CRM, I feel like, dang, well, what's going to happen? So it's really up to us to really make sure we have the consistent lead flow to really get to where we need to be.
Right.
And if you really understand that, then you'll really hit the numbers you need to hit.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, you can attest to this. I mean, JP's confidence has gone up as a result of him making more money, which is, I mean, not that he
Which is
did
not
that
something
he-
we want.
not that he lacked confidence, not that he lacked any confidence, but like he started carrying himself differently, started
He's like,
talking
who's this
differently.
guy?
And then, and it's because you're making more money, but the only reason why you were making more money is because your lead flow went up.
Yeah,
That's
lead
it.
flow. And then also too, just so you guys know, and just a shout out to Albert, somebody or who's willing to invest into you, buying leads or whatever the case may be, you got to appreciate that person. So pass that along to your agents. If you're in the place to where you can buy leads for your agent, do it. Don't even question it. Match them or do whatever you can. So I mean, he kept me in business, so I appreciate that. So do that for your agents, and I guarantee you, if you do that for other people, you're going to grow big time.
Yeah, I just want to say something about that. Though. I didn't immediately be like, "Hey, JP, like, here's some leads."
No, because I wasn't working hard, and you knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so were you in denial?
It was. See, here's the thing: when you have a big ego, like I do sometimes, I have a big ego. I'm sorry, but
We're all improving. We're all
we're all trying to get better. We want to act like we're working. We want to say like, oh, the system's not working or something like that. When reality, you're not working. So like, if you're not writing 20,000 a month, in my opinion, you're not working.
if you're full time.
If you're full time, yeah. If you're like, working part time, doing this for fun, having a little extra money for your kids, that's totally cool. But someone like myself, Marlon, Chepe, John, or whoever, if you're not issue paying 20,000 per month, I mean, it just shows us you're not really working.
Right.
Yeah.
And I knew this for a while because
Yeah.
I've been in the industry for over 14 years now. I've seen a few things and I pay attention to things, and for a while I saw you struggling. And then the thing is I kept thinking like, okay, well, like every time I ask you like how are things going, man? You're like, good. I'm out there working. So I'm like, I'm not going to help you if you can't help yourself or you can't
Exactly.
acknowledge that you need help.
Yeah, you can't be in denial. And a lot of us, I'm not saying a lot of us, but in my case, not working was my way of saying that the system didn't work.
Right.
I didn't want to say that I wasn't working. So if you do work and you actually learn what we do, I mean, come on, 20,000, it's nothing really, honestly. We should all be talking about 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 and getting the lead flow to get there. Now, if you have the proper lead flow, like we were saying before, I know we put 20,000 as a big barrier, big like benchmark in the past, but hey, this Elite, man, 30 and 40, that's our new way.
Yeah.
So
20K is basic.
it is basic. Like
Shout out to Yoel and Marlon. Check out his little segment on YouTube.
20K is basic. It really is though, because you can write 20K in 1 week. I mean, I wrote like 17 in 1 week.
We see people do that in a day.
Yeah, for real. So it's just really having those 30 appointments throughout the week, so the sky's the limit.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just funny because all that time I just knew you needed some help, but then I don't know if it's just because you're just being like how they say men just can't ask for help.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was your reasoning behind it, but
it probably was.
It's a tough pill to swallow when you're like, hey, this is my fault.
Mhm.
Like that's like even in my life, like obviously I don't write business, but like being like, hey, I'm the one that is at fault for this. I can make this excuse or this excuse, but numbers don't really care.
Yeah, exactly.
Like at the end of the day, you got to find the root or else you're going to keep suffering. That's how I look at it. Like,
yeah, and it's really easy to blame external factors because you don't have the accepting personal responsibility for it.
Yeah.
And so it helps our ego. But the thing is, the problem with that is if you don't address it, you don't acknowledge it, you don't recognize it, you don't try to make a change with it, it stays in your mind and you start building all these labyrinths within your own mind and you start getting deeper and deeper. Like it's because of this and because of that. And then it gets deep, it gets harder and harder to get out. So if you just suck it up and just ask for help or not even just ask for help, but just acknowledge that you got to improve in certain areas and just work at it.
Yeah.
Even if it's the small pieces at a time, you'll continue to improve.
Exactly. And that also goes to when we close in the home. If you guys are thinking about your clients of like, oh, what could I have said better? Or what could I have done? Or could I position myself like this? Or I could have like talked to them directly. Honestly, if they're going to buy, they're going to buy. Don't think too much. Like the thing is just to run the numbers and the numbers will work its way out. So I ran into a client yesterday and just a quick side note.
Please.
I mean, this guy, when I first started, I'm generally a very nice person. And this old guy came to the door. I said, hey, how's it going? I'm here for our appointment. He slammed the door in my face and then came back. I was like, okay, well, that was weird. I said, all right. So I walk in we go sit at the table, and I said, okay, so before we get started, I want to show you my insurance license, just to show you that I'm a licensed professional. You know, my job's to take care of you and just show you the option that you qualify for. I showed him the license and got into the financial inventory. And as soon as I mentioned the word death, this guy like freaked out on me, and he just started cursing me. I said, this is what I told him. I said, okay, so, you know, I want to be real with you. You know, if something were to happen to you, if you were to die, you know, what would your family do? I said something along those lines. I always say, you know, around that, generally that. And this guy freaked out and he started cussing at me like bad. And that's only happened like once or twice. Like, and I've ran hundreds of appointments by now. And I said, hey man, I'm sorry you feel that way. I went like this. Obviously, you don't want any insurance, so I'm gonna head out. Before I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry I offended you, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to save the sale. In all reality, if the guy wants the insurance, he's gonna buy. He's not gonna give you a hard time. You know, just sit down, make sure you have it structured out, make sure they can afford it, right? And then they're gonna buy it every time. So don't waste your time on people who don't respect your time, nor respect you.
Value your own time.
Exactly. I didn't let that whole thing get me in a bad mood, because my next sale, I sold a $2,000 sale with Aetna. So I just got out of the house quickly, went on to my next appointment, and, you know, did my thing.
And that also goes back to leads again.
Exactly.
If you didn't have enough leads, you didn't have enough appointments, then you're going to sit there and just waste your time with it.
Exactly. I would have been like, okay, let me see if I can just calm him down. Do you want to get some water? You know, let's talk it out or something.
Trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip.
Exactly. You know, you guys go out there, get your leads, and don't waste time with people who don't, you know, they're not going to buy anyway. So there's no reason to. You already know within the first 5 minutes they're going to buy or not.
Right.
So, and that was a good little experience. You know, before, like I said, I would have spent 10 minutes trying to calm him down, and I say, hey, you're obviously not wanting any insurance. It was nice meeting you.
No, I believe you, because you and I, we've had a lot of talks, and I've always talked about, you got to value your time more, because like you spend so much time doing things that don't generate you any income,
Exactly.
or you have no benefit from.
Exactly.
Which is, if you want to be nice, that's always a great thing to be nice, but you can't do it at the detriment of yourself.
Yeah.
You can't take time out of your schedule if you're not producing what you need to produce for your family.
Exactly.
And you were doing a lot of free work, is what I called it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you doing so much free work for?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was helping out people that weren't even on my team. I still help out as much as I can, but you know, when I come to the office now, since my schedule's a little bit different, you know, I'm always dialing, I'm always working.
Right.
I have more free time to just do whatever now.
Right.
You know, I don't have to like be here, you know, dialing all the time, because I've already set like 6 appointments the previous day or whatever the case may be. But getting back to what you said, yeah, you definitely have to respect your time and you know, work with people who are working with you.
Handle your own business first, make your own money
Yeah.
first before you can go out and generally help anyone, especially if you're later on going to be like, oh, I don't have enough time, or I didn't make enough money, or I didn't get my numbers up. Because I mean, I'm not saying like you should always help whenever you can, if it's within you, if it's within your heart and you want to help.
Yeah.
Because like I do a lot.
Yep.
But the thing is, I never complain about money.
That's true.
And it's not because I have it all the time. It's just sometimes it's like I made that conscious decision, like I want to help this person for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, I'm not going to be like, oh man, it took up so much of my time. I didn't make my money. I didn't do this. I didn't hit my numbers because I decided I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I can't, I take all the personal responsibility for it. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Figure
And
it
I would actually like complain, like, you know, not really well, probably
Yeah,
did
you did.
complain.
You
Yeah, I complain. Like, man, I don't know. I don't have enough money this week. Bro, you were helping all these other people instead of dialing. Like, didn't you see that? And I said, oh, I wasn't paying attention. But now, you know, I respect my time.
Right.
I don't waste my time with things that don't bring me money, not to sound selfish, but
It's not selfish.
the type of lifestyle that I live, you know, I want to live good. I want to take care of my family, my friends. And I was speaking to Demarius, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. She came into my office real quick to talk. And I said, she was asking, what should she try and issue pay? And I said, okay, that's actually a good question, like to live comfortably. So when you quit your job, if you're, you know, working with us full time, I told her, try and 5x your income, but actually you're really going to try and 7x your income. And this is the reason why you're going to 7x. If you can do 10x, that's great. But if you're going to be full time, you need to 7x your previous job's income or 7x your current bill obligations. If your mortgage is $2,000, car, insurance, everything else, food, you got $4,000 expenses, you better be writing $21,000 in business, you know, every month to afford that lifestyle. You know, my expenses per month are like $6,000. So I got to write like $30,000 and up to be okay. Why do I have to do that? I have to buy my leads, number one. I have to be able to pay back my chargebacks, number two. I have to pay gas. I have to pay my E&O insurance. I have to pay any other business related expense. Then I have to have money for food, gas, whatever the case may be, and paying my rent, mortgage, and everything else. So you have to have that cash flow. You just got to write more business if you're going to do this full time. If you think you're going to write 5K and be okay, I mean, you probably won't. You really have to put forth the effort to get good and buy enough leads to do those type of numbers.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, it's not an overnight process either. You got to kind of
No.
build your way up, because
oh yeah,
we're all working it day by day and just trying to get up to this point, right?
absolutely. I didn't write my first 10K month until like maybe 9 months into the business. Yeah, probably 9-10 months.
So do you remember how I got you leads for the first time? You remember how the process played out?
Let me see. You got me leads many times, to be honest.
Yeah,
but no. I'm glad you bring that up. You guys have to understand that if you're upline, so I'm direct to Albert or whoever you're direct to, if they decide to buy you leads, they're not buying it for themselves, they're buying it for you because they know, number one, you need it. And number two, if they see you doing that for them, then you're going to do it for your downlines. So I think that's why he did it for me and why he understood that investing in me, I'm obviously going to invest into the agents that I bring on. So it was actually good that you taught me that because I've never worked in insurance before. So, realistically, as you make more money, you should be helping out as much as you can to build the people up that want to work and who are working and that aren't just taking advantage of, hey, can you get me some free leads? Or, if you act like you're working, you're really not, and you want, free leads, it's not really cool. You got to put some skin in the game,
Well, I mean, that's mostly true.
Yeah.
I was well, so I mean, you're right. I mean, it's going to be a byproduct. Like JP works out of this office. We talk all the time, and then I saw him working. I saw him putting in time, and I know he's a good guy. And I know he's gonna, as a byproduct, by me helping him, if when he gets to success, he's gonna help his people too.
Oh yeah.
So I have no doubt about that. But it's not like I was like, oh, JP's struggling, I'm gonna help him.
No,
Because I watched you struggle for a while, and I was just like,
you waited for me to ask you.
no, I waited for you to want it for yourself.
That's true.
Because the thing is, like, I think the way it started off is that when these instant internet life leads started blowing up and we started getting a ton of them, I was like, oh, look at all these leads. Like, we should help move these leads because, FFL's got a business to run too.
Yeah.
So I was like, and when you're building a team, there's no such thing as too many leads.
That's
Someone can work them. So I remember I was here in the office. I was like, let me just buy a bunch and let's see what new agents need them. And you just happen to be in my office and you're like, I could use them. And I was like, haven't you been working? And then you're like, yeah, but I don't have that much. I mean, I didn't have that much money for leads and whatever. So then, I already knew this, but then I was like, I can't help you until you want to help yourself.
Yeah.
So then I was like, yeah, I trust you're going to work them. And then this is also the thing, like, we all want to help others out. But the thing is sometimes, and I've been burned plenty of times. I wouldn't say necessarily burned, but it didn't turn out the way we expected.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you can help some people, you can give them some leads, you can give them some money, you can do whatever.
Yeah.
And then you never hear from them again.
Exactly.
And which it's not, to me, I'm not looking at like this is like a loss for me, because ultimately I feel like that person's losing more because they can't reach out to me anymore.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we're both, and I'm kind of learning this from you. We got to play the long game. I want to be here. I never want to work another type of job again. Like this is the only job I can make $10,000 in 1 week.
Right.
Like that's huge.
Right.
So like to come from where I came from, not saying I was struggling, but I kind of was. I was in a bad spot, and then now how the 180, it's incredible. So if you guys really aren't taking advantage, I mean, you gotta take advantage of all the training, and you gotta really want it for yourself, because you can really take huge leaps in your life quickly with Family First Life.
Right.
And just as a side note, I had a debt plan. Guess how many years it was that my financial guy told me to get out of debt?
How many years?
8 years or file bankruptcy. 8 years.
You almost filed bankruptcy.
I almost filed bankruptcy, but Brittany's like, hey, don't file bankruptcy. You're probably not gonna be able to get your insurance license. It's gonna take up some time. I say, hey, Brittany, I'm working with this attorney. Like he's saying, hey, you got to either file bankruptcy or you can literally probably get out the money you're making with your previous company. Probably like 8 to 9 years, you can get out of debt.
Just to clarify, if you file for bankruptcy, it doesn't mean you can't get your license. It'll just be a little bit more work.
Yeah. And then some of the carriers, they won't accept you because you have a
Right.
bankruptcy. you have a lot of debt, like no names, but they'll actually ask for reasons why you have that debt and what your actions are getting out of it too. And it might take up, even longer of your time of getting contracted or appointed with that carrier. So, taking care of your finances in this business is actually very important because this is a money game.
That's right.
This is straight money. I mean, you get deposited $4,000, that charge back, you got to pay that $4,000 back. They got to trust you. You got to be able to go and, make moves quickly. So, but getting back to the whole debt situation, I mean, you can make tremendous moves very, very quickly with Family First Life.
Yeah. And going back to just helping you out with leads. I mean, this is also the thing. I know everyone thinks they need help and everyone says like, how come you're helping this person, not that person? It really made me think about Chris Rock. I think he was on Oprah or something, philosopher, motivational speaker, Chris Rock
with his
stand-up comedian, Chris Rock.
Oh, Chris Rock. I'm
Chris
thinking
Rock.
of the
Chris
Rock.
Rock. Not the Rock.
The Rock.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
But Chris Rock was talking about how his car broke down or his car ran out of gas on the side of the road. And then, he starts trying to flag all these people to stop off and like help him. Right. Because it was like a long way to the gas station. So then he starts flagging people down. Everyone just keeps driving by and keeps driving by and keeps driving by. So then he gets to the point where he's just like, I don't think anyone's going to help me. So then he just like puts his car in neutral and then starts pushing by himself. And then as soon as he starts pushing, people started pulling over and started helping him push. Right. So I mean, that's the whole thing. With if you want to receive help, the thing is you can't just sit and wait for someone to come in and rescue you altogether. Right.
Exactly. So
the thing is, I mean, we have that in our business. People think like, oh, I'm struggling. I need help with this, but no one's coming to save me.
Oh,
no.
Heck no.
No.
Where in reality, you just got to get moving yourself. You got to start pushing on your own. And then once that starts happening, then people will see like, okay. And I personally have done that. Like I've driven by people that are just trying to wave me down. And I'm like, I don't know. Like this guy could be like a serial murderer. I don't know. But then if I drive down and I see someone like pushing that car, like almost always, whenever, especially if I'm by myself, I'll pull over and I'll help them push because, everyone needs a little bit of help sometimes. Right. And that person's making an earnest effort to try to help himself out of that situation or herself out of that situation. So that makes people want to help you. Yeah. But if you don't do things for yourself, like what's like someone could help you for that moment and you'll go right back to being the same person. You'll go right back to your same situation. So, and that's another thing too. I mean, like I knew helping you would be good for you long-term and be good for me long-term because once we get the ball rolling,
it's nonstop.
It's nonstop. You're going to continue to work. I know you wanted to work. You're trying to work, pretending to work, but ultimately, I knew who you were because we communicated on a regular basis. So the thing is, like, if you're not participating in anything, you don't get on calls, you don't get on the trainings, you don't show up, you don't put in any effort, you don't buy leads yourself. Like, I'm just telling you, you're not going to get any help and not because people don't like you. It's just, you need to start doing something for people to notice you need some help and you're going to continue on if they do provide the help. Yes, I'm saying you will.
Yeah. Like I was thinking about it, like people want to help potential. Like people like to invest in potential. Like that's why we like kids. We want to help kids. We want to give them money or, whatever. You see a kid being mistreated, because kids are the embodiment of potential. They have like this bright future just by their sheer existence. And same thing when it goes to, with business or whatever, it's like, if we see people putting in work, like at the gym or whatever, and, they just might be, messing up a little bit, you want to go over there and help them, even if it might hurt you, you might look, bad or whatever. So it's like that potential and that like effort is something that everyone can connect with. It's like very endearing and it's very primitive of like, this guy's trying, he's putting his work in, let me help him or her. But if that person's not doing anything, man, there's something inside of all of us that's just like, man, like, yo, get it together, like do something to where, it feels like there's like hope here.
And just a caveat to that, Albert, not only has he helped me once, but you helped me multiple times. So I appreciate that. So a lot of you guys that are new that, Al's might have helped you guys out. You got to realize like, he's not rich. He's investing into us. He's really making an effort to put aside certain money for leads for his agents, for the building, the office building, wherever the case may be. So if he does help you or anyone helps you out, you got to really do your part in that. And I always wanted to make sure that he knew that I did my part, and I hopefully that I've done okay.
No.
So No, what I
it
mean
was good
by
investment on my
no,
part.
I know what I mean by doing my part is, no one likes negative people. No one likes people that are bring you down. When you get around them, you feel like they suck your energy out. When I'm around people, I try and give my best version of myself. And if I can't, I try not to be around people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you once again, the continuous investment, in the leads and everything else, and just being a positive role model to everybody. It's big. I appreciate I'm 35, 36 years old, so I mean, I know I might be young to some of the people on here, but realistically in this business, I'm still a baby. I'm still growing, still learning. 2 years in, I'm writing good numbers. I might hit Hall of Fame this year if I pick it up, but here's the thing. At the worst case scenario, if you're writing 300,000 a year, 300,000 issue paid, worst case scenario, you're going to make $150,000. Worst case. That's after chargebacks. That's after 75% advance. That's after lead costs. That's after everything. So you can't tell me my second year, I know I'm going to write 300,000 or more. And I guarantee you my bills are not that high to where I won't profit 70 to 80% of that. So realistically, if you go from the previous year, I wrote like 113,000 to this year, 3x, 300,000 or more. I mean, I'm winning, and that's thanks to you and just following the system. Also to my own effort, because I do want to make sure that I put the effort in to win, for my daughter to win, for the people I care about to win, just to show a positive role model to the people I'm around too. So like we always say, anyone can do this business. That's true, and it's not true. It's true for the people who want to do the business. Not everybody wants to do this business. They say they do, but they don't want to do it.
Or they want the results without putting in the work.
That's exactly like, oh, I want to write 20,000 in a month. Okay, bro, you spent $400 on leads. How are you going to write?
Or you want to write 20,000 in a month, but you invest like you're working for like one day.
Exactly.
Or you put in like minimal effort. Like it's not realistic. It's not gonna happen.
It's not. I remember when I first wrote 20,000, just the type of effort I had to do it just to get there. I had to door knock like 3 days in a row because like everyone was no showing me, like just the type of effort I had to. Obviously now I can write 20,000, 30,000. That's very consistent, but when I first hit that number, I was like, oh, wow, this actually takes work. You have to treat this like a 9-to-5 job. If you were working your old 9-to-5 job, and I don't know how everyone feels on this call, if you were to work the way you're working now, would your old job fire you?
Right.
Would they fire you? And my first year, I would say, yeah, I would have been on probation a few times, you see, but now I'd have been like, okay, I would have got promoted to manager, probably district manager, probably, whatever, because I'm putting in the effort to make it happen. But it all comes from good leadership. So once again, I do thank you for that. And all the other great people we have at Family First Life,
Yep. It's
So-
it's a team effort. I mean, it's not obviously not just me, it's everybody else in this group.
Oh yeah.
So, I know how blessed I am.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm real happy for your progress so far. I mean, I know you still got a lot of levels to go, just like we all do. And we're
Oh,
all
yeah.
we're all work in progress. So continue on doing what you guys need to do. I mean, if you guys need help, reach out the right way. Start getting in action yourself. Start getting things in motion. Ask yourself what you're doing. And if you want help from somebody, ask, how's this person going to take it? Will they see, do they see my current efforts? Do I communicate with this person? Am I going to be accountable to this person?
Yep.
Am I going to continue to put forth that effort after this one-time help, or is this going to be one-shot deal? Like you all said perfectly, we want to help potential. We want to help people that are going to continue on with growing their business, and not just, I need help right now. I need to pay my bills right now. It's like,
Mhm.
I want to do better in my life. If you do that, you'll always have help.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if anyone needs help out there, put together your plan. Let's talk. If you haven't talked to me yet, then it's also like, I didn't know that you need help.
Yeah.
So let's put it all together. Let's continue to thrive and grow together and keep getting better every single day.
And one sidebar to that, if you've worked in the insurance industry before, let go of everything you've learned and just start clean slate. I never worked in the insurance industry, so I had no choice but to copy, the current situation. But for a lot of the agents that we do have that have worked with other companies, forget all that. I mean, I know it's easy to say that, but honestly, you got to forget all the old past problems you had with the previous company. Because if you were still happy, you still would have been there. So you got to really dig in here, set your roots in here, and start over fresh.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point. If you want help, let go of all your old baggage.
yeah, you got to let go. That's even for myself.
We don't want to carry it for you either.
Exactly. Exactly. But you want to talk about the annuities before we
Oh
go?
yeah. What part of the reason why your production is growing or your production is going up because you started working with annuities. So I
Oh,
know you're
yeah.
real proud about that. So let's talk
it's
about that.
so proud. Getting into the ego thing, I have to like fix the shirt.
He's a
and stuff.
financial expert.
I'm a
now.
financial advisor now. No, but here's the thing. So annuities are a great tool for us to utilize when we're in the home that we can offer this service to people. And so the last annuity that I did was a quick 30,000 cash deal. Before it was, I thought we were going to roll over a 403B, and that's usually for like teachers or, charity type organizations, about 200,000. But instead we did a cash deal, which was fine. And that actually issue paid last week. That was a $1,600 commission off of 30,000. That's not bad. $1,575.
All that extra money from you just carrying through your normal functions of work.
Oh yeah. So
You find this money along the way.
absolutely. So as they always say, you got to ask the golden question. But I even go a step further. Now, when I ask that question, what do you have that acts like life insurance? I don't even focus on that at the time being. I'll say, okay, so Doris, what do you have that acts like life insurance? And I know that you're a teacher for years. I know they gave you some type of pension or 401k. I mean, what do you got going on? She'll answer. She'll say, oh yeah, actually I do have this. And I say, okay, great. Now I'm not an expert on that. And here's the biggest thing you got to do. I'm not an expert on that, but we have a team of individuals, financial analysts that will actually overlook your annuities and overlook your 401k,
your current situation,
just to make sure, or to actually make sure that we can put you in a better position. But I'll go ahead and talk about that at a later time. I'll call you back. We can do another appointment for that. So take it all off on you and put it all on, Edify the AMS team realistically in Albert. So I say, hey, my manager, he's been doing this for 14, 15 years. I'm not that good at it, but I'm gonna make sure I put you in the best possible position. I'm gonna have him look at it. I'm gonna have another team look at it. So you're gonna have 3 sets of eyes look at your possible annuity with us before it gets submitted, so you can pass suitability and make sure we're doing the best options for you and your family.
Right.
And it's actually worked like very well. I take the spotlight off of me and I put it on everybody else. You'll sell it every time.
So bottom line is you don't need to know that much.
You don't. You got to put it on everybody else, because what do you know? They're like, oh, how long have you been doing insurance? 2 years. Okay. So you're a financial expert now in 2 years.
Yep.
So
Just run through your normal presentations.
absolutely.
Go help as many people as you can along the way. You'll uncover this money because people have different retirement vehicles.
Yeah.
Ask them for a statement and then tell them you'll be back.
Yep.
And then ask somebody else for help. And like you reached out to me and
Yep.
I was like, let's show them this, let's do that.
Mhm.
And then you'll call me from the house or you'll call me with the client
Mhm.
and you call me when you're doing the application.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you have help along the way. So just keep it simple. Don't overthink things. Yep.
Yeah.
But a
And
question from Isaac: how important is boot camp?
how important is
Boot camp.
Boot camp.
Oh, the agent boot camp. So when I started, we didn't have that. But now that we do have that tool, I would highly recommend that you do use it, because it'll speed along the process of you making money here. I mean, regardless of all the, we're all trying to help everybody, help everyone's family. But the first things first, you gotta make money for your family. Make money for your family. So if you can pass this boot camp and actually take it seriously and actually do it, you'll move along a lot quicker, compared to not doing it. When I started, we didn't have the boot camp.
I think boot camp's helpful. It's genuinely helpful because there's a lot of great material on there.
Yeah.
But there was no boot camp when he was
never
around.
wasn't.
So it might get you started faster, but ultimately still comes down to whether or not you have leads and whether or not you go to work. And you'll learn everything
Those
you need
two
to
things.
learn along the way through practical experience through the field.
Marlon said that in the recent video.
Yeah.
The first 100 appointments.
Yep.
And Sean always says it.
Yeah. First 100 points, you got to get through that very quickly.
It's simple. It's not
not
complicated
that
what we
hard.
do.
Yeah, we tend to overcomplicate simple processes, and I think that's what I did for the first 9 months. That's why I didn't write over 10K. And I was definitely buying leads. Oh, trust me, I was buying happy agent game time leads and just wasn't getting the results I was wanting because I had the mental roadblock.
Right.
Yeah.
But with this free boot camp, it's given to you as soon as you start contracting. You're still waiting for the carrier, so you have time. So just go through it and do it anyway. But
Yeah.
It's not going to be the predicator whether or not you're going to have success or not. It's you getting out there and whoever helps most people wins. And
Absolutely.
that's it.
So
Are we
true.
good on questions? That's it.
So getting back to the annuity, so you get a phone call once you submit an annuity and you get it past through suitability and the issue pays. I forgot the guy's name, but he'll call you and congratulate you for putting business through. So he's called me twice in the last 30 days. Hey, I saw you submitted this business. Good job, blah, blah, blah. If you have any questions, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Our carrier rep will
Yeah.
reach out to you.
He's like, hey, good job. He's like, you can tell he's obviously trying to sell. Like, keep selling a thing. Like, don't worry, I got you, man. You know, so he'll call you and congratulate you. Then he calls, he's like, oh, you putting another one through. And I said, yeah, I'm working on another one for 520,000. That one's really exciting.
Yep.
So I found a client, and this is just by word of mouth. I was charging my car, and the guy next to me, we started talking. He's a retired federal officer for the Postal Service. He said, what do you do? I said, oh man, I do insurance and I help people retire comfortably, you know, and safely, you know. And he said, okay, that's cool. I said, you have a what, 403B, or well, you probably have a TSP for military federal people, right? You see, I got a TSP. So how do you know? I said, well, I told you I help people retire. I know. He's like, man, I got like 520,000 into it, but it's only growing at a 2% rate. That's what he told me. So the products with Athene that we can put them in now, I mean, it can grow from 3 to 6 to even 8% safely without participating in any market loss. So that's huge. And that's all I said to him. I said, hey, realistically, we can get you between a 3 to 6, at the best, 8 to 10%, no market loss, guaranteed you're going to win over the next 10 years. Do you really need this money? He said, no, I'm still working. I got the pension. I got everything going on. I mean, he just retired, but he had his pension coming in. He said, no, I'm fine. So, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I want you to give me a call, pull out your statement, and then I'm going to overlook it. You email it to me, and I'm going to send it up to my manager, and then we'll have a team overlook it, and then we'll give you a final decision on what we think is best. And yeah, I'm working on that one.
Okay, that was smooth,
Keep
JP.
it
I don't know
simple.
you got a mouthpiece like that. Okay.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay.
I got better over the years. I
So
don't
then
know.
then this is the person you're going to go back in.
Yeah, this will probably close next few days. I'm hoping. I don't want to be, so when you're working on that type of money, you don't want to be too pushy. This is not like, hey, I'm going to tell you what to do. I mean, this guy worked 30 years of his life for, you know, $500,000 of his pension, his retirement. I'm going to take my time and really explain the benefits of it. You know, there is no downside, you know, market loss to your money at all. You will not participate in any losses. So you have nothing to lose. So you have to really look at how's your money growing. Is it really working for you? So yeah, I'm excited. And that'll be 27,000. I'm pretty sure that'll close, you know, so
It's beautiful. You're helping someone with something they already have.
yeah. And then the good thing about him is that he said, hey man, when I get all the paperwork together, and he shot me a few texts. He said, hey man, I'm just looking for all my stuff, you know, to send me a statement. He said, actually, I have my cousin and I have my wife I want you to do. And I'm like, okay.
I can help.
I can definitely help you.
I think
So-
I can make that happen. I think so.
Just take a step back for a minute. So I met this guy, just told him what I did, gave him a short pitch, gonna get a statement, get paid $27,000 in 2 weeks. Usually takes about 2 weeks for a thing to pay you out from, you know, suitability, getting from the money from the, you know, the losing bank or whatever you want to call it,
Right.
to them. You know, you get paid out in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks time, I'm making 27,000 cash.
Right.
That's huge. I've never made that type of money,
That's beautiful.
you know, so I'm very blessed to be here. And I would say you guys really need to watch the AMS call and learn as much as you can, because I don't want to call Albert as much because I've been here. So I need to educate myself. So if I do call him, it's something I've already looked up, but I might not understand. Say, hey, how are you looking at this? Or how are you understanding this? Just to make sure that I got it right. Because number one, he doesn't have all the time in the world. You got to respect his time. So if I'm calling him, I want to make sure it's for something legit that I can't find on my own, if that makes sense.
Right.
And any top producer, you should be doing that. Do not bug your upline for silly things. But if it's something serious, then yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You know?
just get to work. This guy's over here talking like an expert over here, huh?
I know.
I do read a lot on this
I
stuff. Gabby.
know.
Well, so for everyone whose head this totally went over, all the stuff that JP just went over, the things, don't worry about it.
Yes.
So a couple months ago, without JP having have done these annuities, he wouldn't be able to explain all this.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have known all this. So it's just a matter of just getting out there and just doing the work. And until you get to that point, like Devin was talking about earlier, like all the agents that get on our group chat when they're in a home, if you're stuck, just reach out for help. You got help wherever you go. So just keep it simple. Don't need to do too much. Don't need to know everything first. Just put it in action.
Yeah. And you know, these annuities, you know, it's a good thing they've come all from the CRM. So it's like
There you go. Get your leads.
you can get all your annuity stuff from the CRM, instant leads, old leads, wherever you're I mean, my stuff's from the CRM. Like realistically, you have big opportunities to make serious money in the
That's
CRM. So why even waste your time and go outside when we got all the resources we need right there?
FFL is a place to be. So
100%.
So appreciate your time. I'm really happy to see your growth.
Thank you.
Continue to do this thing, continue to help more people, and appreciate all you guys getting on. See you guys next week.
See you guys.